now.
Record.
All right. This is Ryan with Midwest Metal Promotions. I'm here with the guys from Fix the Glitch. How are you this evening?
We're doing wonderful.
Great.
Awesome. First things first, go down the line. Who are you and what do you do in the band?
Let's go from you.
Go for me over that way. I am James. I am the vocalist.
I am Sam. I do drums.
Ben, guitar.
I'm Aaron. I play the bass. I finger it.
Awesome. Nice. Okay, before we get into it, we're going to do a couple first. So again, down the line, what was the first album, cassette, whatever you purchased with your own money, if you remember?
Oh, I'm fairly positive that mine was Rat Out of the Cellar. That was a cassette.
Nice.
That's a hard question. Yeah, I didn't buy a lot of my own music until, I mean, we're talking about physical CDs, right? Because
Or
I grew up
cassettes.
when, no, like iTunes was a thing. Like iTunes was a thing. So I
Gross.
bought most of my music for my iPod and stuff. I would say it's actually, I'm wearing a Coldplay shirt right now. It was a Coldplay album in 2011. Milo Xyloto came out, and I remember I went to Best Buy like the next day after that album came out, and I bought the album and I popped it in my PS3 at the time because I had like a nice gaming headset or whatever, and it was like the nicest headphones I had. So I listened to it on my PS3 through my like Turtle Beach headphones.
Forget how young you folks are sometimes.
I'm quite young.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest one here.
I probably bought probably Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Shocker.
They were one of the first bands that got me into music, so yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Aaron?
I'm holding mine. It's Soundgarden, Super Unknown, one of my favorites, and then Cream, Disraeli Gears, is that how you pronounce it? But anyway, yeah, these two, because my first car was a Camry, and the CD player didn't work, so I got cassettes from Half Price, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I still got them.
Well, can't go wrong with either of those. I'd agree with both of those. So good
Yeah,
job.
Cassettes are the sound of the future, too.
Right.
Just wait.
Apparently, yeah.
Are they coming back?
They
Is that
are.
why we released our latest live EP on cassette?
Yep.
Along the same lines, what was the first concert you attended that you wanted to go to, that you weren't
Weird Al.
dragged to?
First show that I ever went to was Weird Al, and it was fucking magical.
I would agree.
That sounds like a magical concert.
Yeah,
I
puts
want to
on
see
such a
Weird
good
Al
show.
before he
He's not that
stops
old.
doing music
Okay.
or
He's not
or
that old,
dies.
Guys, yeah.
Well, who knows? It's COVID.
All right.
It's COVID. COVID might take Weird Al. Anyway, mine was also Coldplay. In 20, I didn't go to a lot of concerts when I was younger because I was a very anxious little boy, and I didn't want to be in like big crowds. But yeah, Coldplay was my first one, I think.
mine was Green Day, 21st Century Breakdown tour.
Mine was U2. It was the TCF Bank show. It
Oh,
was
nice.
we were on the ground for that, but yeah, I was like in 2007, 2008, something
Damn.
like that. So a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're old.
Awesome. Lots of good stuff there. Okay, now we get into the fun part. How did Fix the Glitch come to be?
I don't know.
Craigslist.
The short answer is Craigslist.
Yeah, short answer is Craigslist. We were a Craigslist band. Both Ben and myself put out ads looking for people, and then like found each other's ads and answered each other's ads, and it just kind of went from there. It took forever to get Sam on board. Like he was our initial like practice drummer.
They're getting framed.
I don't want to be in frame.
Why not?
And
You're part of
but,
the band, bro.
Yeah, he was our practice drummer for 4 months or so, 5 months or so before he finally like agreed to be our actual drummer. But bass was a bit more of a troubling one to find. We sent out, once again, it was Craigslist stuff. We had auditions with I think like 3 different guys.
I was gonna say, yeah, about 3.
before Aaron came along, and his style mixed well with what we were trying to do, and everything kind of fell into place from there.
yeah, and it wasn't. I was the one that I think I posted an ad as well, and you guys found me.
Yeah.
James found me.
Yeah.
And then I remember I think I still have the thread of all of our emails, like back and forth and whatnot. Like that was.
You saved those.
I didn't save them. They're just in there.
Oh,
They're
nice.
Posterity,
they're in
you know?
2016, and James said, "Well, what did he say? How about bluesy alt rock?" And then he's like, "That's a really loose term." So, and I was like, "Okay," because it felt right because it feels like, okay, these guys want to just do whatever, and I want to play whatever. So and we're all around the same age, and it was close. It was Prior Lake, so yeah.
Yeah, I kind of fell into it, like you said. Like you guys had to basically convince me to be in the band or whatever, because I had never drummed in front of anybody except for Ben, because we would like have jam sessions together. So it was the first time I was drumming in front of other people and feeling like I was being judged or whatever. But it worked out that I got to actually, I progressively got better at playing drums and started playing shows and stuff. So I grew a lot because of joining the band.
That's usually the way it works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know when I saw you, the first couple times I saw you, you were a 5-piece.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And so yeah, we had Mitch with us for a good little while, and like he started off as friends of Aaron and Ben, but like in separate circles, and they didn't know that they knew the same guy.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of those big old coincidences when everything kind of came together, and he was rocking with us, and he's a fantastic guitar player. He's very good at what he does, and I wish him nothing but the best with Strapato. He's rocking along with them, and they're doing fucking great. But it just wasn't quite right with us. It just didn't things weren't progressing how we all wanted them to be, and like he needs to be at the helm of his project. He does very well there, and I'm very excited to see what they continue to do with Strapato. They're doing really solid stuff, and I'm glad he's able to work more in his comfort vein with that.
Yeah, I did find it odd because you all are very, I always call you guys like a grunge influenced rock band. That's my description, general description of you. And Mitch was obviously a very metal guy. So it never quite fit. But along those lines, when I was watching the release for the aforementioned cassette, the release party at Surrounded by Water's House, both groups were saying that the local metal community has embraced you.
Oh yeah.
And so let's just talk about that. Like how do you feel about that? How did that kind of happen, or
I mean, it happened just
by chance.
Kind of by chance, really. I mean, we were offered a couple shows that were on more metal style bills, and we took them, and the people that were there enjoyed what we had, and the bands that we were playing with enjoyed the experience of having us with on it, and like everything mixed fairly well. And like, I don't know, it's one of those things where breaking up the monotony of things is a good thing. You don't necessarily always want just all metal all night, keep it fucking like that. That's a little too much sometimes, so I think we add a different kind of layer to things when we are on a metal show. But we still do have some songs that definitely fit into the metal vein of things. So I mean, we can keep our different style going and have fun with that, but we can also play some songs that the metal crowd will be more into.
Now, is that an intentional writing tactic?
I would honestly say, well, actually, there was. I mean, the song "Burn." Ben wrote the riff, and that was kind of intentionally like, let's write a song, like a metal song for them, just to kind of say, hey, let's see what happens. But a lot of it, I guess, has to come down to is also like the bands that we play with that even influence us. So, like, if we played it like Karma Sutra or Digital or whatever, and we hear that and whatnot, and we want to, I don't know, just get influence from them, But I mean, I guess playing with more metal shows kind of just opened our eyes a bit to like different genres and different, but we can kind of bend the rules a little. So
yeah, I would agree with that. We started playing with a lot of bands that were a lot heavier than us, and we loved seeing the energy that they brought to their performances and like the energy they brought to the crowd too. Being in a show where the band on stage is playing such heavy stuff and they're all into it, and then thus people on the floor are really into it and moshing, and like really everybody's connected from the stage onto the floor. We wanted to make some songs Like Burn, like you said, was specifically like, we want to write a heavier song that people can mosh to and people can move to, because a lot of our other songs are more on the melodic kind of groove side, not necessarily like headbang to. And we like writing those songs, and James' vocal melodies and lyrics really lend themselves to more melodic stuff. But we're not afraid to like dive in and dip into, different genres like that. So I think we've found success doing that for sure.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I mean, every time I see you guys, there's a little something new, and it just progresses more and more, and I dig that.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the best part.
So we'll move into, what are some of your favorite local and regional bands that you played with? If you can,
Go down the line.
just like, 5 or 10 off the top of your head.
That's tough. Don't say it, man.
I don't know. There are so many local bands that I absolutely love playing with. Semtex is always going to get a nod from me. They're fantastic. Karma Sutra is always a good time. Randy's great.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so tough though, because I mean, there's a bunch of non-metal ones too. What is that?
Monty.
Well, yeah, Mommy Says No. They're more the
That's
horror
what I was
punk. They're
thinking of.
freaking fantastic. I love doing shows with them. Love seeing them play.
Yep.
God, Trita's a
Trita.
fantastic experience. God, I'm drawing a freaking blank. Wimbledon Alley. They were a whole hell of a lot of fun.
I played with them once. I wish they would, but
there's I have stacks of local CDs. The Only, they're fantastic. Consider Me Phil, freaking fantastic. Unique Enough. Their vocal, like the whole band's great, but their vocalist, just primo. He's so great at what he does.
Yeah, he is really good.
God, it's just tough. The Monties, they're a lot of fun to play with. And I mean, that's all over the board, because I mean, the Monties are closer to like an indie rock kind of sound than like The Only and Consider Me Phil are more like a kind of a pop rock, punk-ish, but really on the lighter side. And then, you go into the Semtex and like Endless Rain. Mike's a beaut to fucking work with. He always gets stuff going in a good way. There's just, I have too many.
Yeah, before you name them all.
Exactly.
You can stop. Leave some for the rest of us. What is that? Why can I can never remember the name. I don't think we've ever played on a bill with them, but they're like a pop punk group.
Linus?
Yeah, Linus. I love
Linus. Yeah.
I bought their CD in my car all the time. I think the CD they just released, I think it's called Hagi or something like that.
Yep.
And it has like stuff from their previous EPs on it and stuff, but I think that they make very quality pop punk songs that are obviously nostalgic from like when pop punk was super popular in the late 90s and the early 2000s, but I think they do it really well. I really like playing with the Monties too. I really liked Wimbledon Alley. Surrounded by Water, obviously. I love listening to their music live. It's always an experience. And they do, every time we see Surrounded by Water too, they get leaps and bounds better every time. But those are the ones I usually go for.
Check out our split EP with them.
Yeah. They're on the other half of our EP.
Quick plug.
Yeah.
Yep. For me, I really have to echo what's already been said. There's a lot of great bands in the local scene who have also been very supportive, and a lot of great people. I think Evernoir is great. Who are the Star Wars guys? I can't remember.
Droids you're looking for.
Yeah, the droids you're looking for.
Droids you're looking for.
Or not the droids you're looking for. I can't remember if they have the knot in front of it or if it's
I believe they do, yeah.
Yeah.
They do? Okay, yeah.
They're
great. They're a lot of fun. As far as more national bands, I don't know. I've really been, I'm kind of drawing a blank myself, but I mean, the local scene is great too, so it's pretty incredible. But yeah, what do you think, Aaron?
We played a Loyal Pride once.
Yeah.
They are great.
I forget about Loyal Pride.
I love hardcore punk, and they're just like.
We played with them twice.
Twice.
They were on the Dollar show too.
Yep. In January, they're good.
Love
Uncle Daddy, you guys did.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Daddy.
Oh,
We
I
gotta
feel
give-
bad. Yeah, they're
Damn it.
fantastic.
We gotta give a shout out to Joey. They got those guys are just. It's like 70s, 80s, just like rock, just like Zeppelin bass, just in your face. It's
And they
great.
just bring the party
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just they do a great job with that.
Yeah, so
My view of Uncle Daddy is if 70s porn and 70s rock had a baby, it would be Uncle Daddy.
Exactly.
Basically,
That's
basically,
perfect.
It's a muscular Ron Jeremy. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
We were gonna play with them until COVID like took the world over. Opal in May, they played at Evernoir. They're pretty good. They're like a gothic-y, I don't know, alternative metal band. I don't know what else. I know you guys already said like every single one of them.
Right. Kind
Yeah,
of tough at this point.
Would really like to do a show with Cold Kingdom at some point because
Yeah.
I've loved them for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
Castor Valor, they're another one that I think are pretty good. They're just straight up just rock, you know, have like that Marilyn Manson kind of vibe to them, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty. You guys already named them all, so yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I believe the first time I saw you guys, it was at Lee's. And I think it was the first, I want to say it was the first Mason Metal Fest.
That sounds right.
That sounds about
Um,
right.
Which
Yeah.
I believe Not the Droids You're Looking For opened up.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So I believe that was my first time seeing you guys. And yeah, I've been a fan ever since. So, and we've done a couple shows together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not enough, but a couple.
Yeah. Yep.
Strike 13.
Yep. And as soon as things go back to halfway normal, we can pick up on that again. So why don't we go through, I mean, in every single one of these interviews I've done, I bring up the question of other local music and the local scene and regional. I mean, the Midwest is like such a hotbed right now. It's so insane, just across the board. So much good stuff. That's always a difficult question, but you guys have answered it the best out of anybody. So props to you.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks.
So any favorite venues you guys have played at?
Oh,
R.I.P.
You
Lee's?
have to pick one.
that's
You can't just name all of them right.
So,
well, like that's a tough question because like I really, really, really liked Lee's, but Lee's is gone forever.
Yes,
Um,
which is
Rip
unfortunate.
Yeah, Rip Lee's.
Ripley's.
I am forever a huge fan of the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
David does a fantastic job on the sound there, and the setting is nice. And I've played at better clubs, but I will continue to support them. You
Mhm.
know, because I mean, as far as local shows go, they're easily one of the best. The sound system is phenomenal, and yeah, when David's working the board, it makes it that much better.
Mhm.
So I mean, I have to go with the Red Sea.
I hate to agree with you, but like we always play shows there, and we have a really great relationship with David. He did the recording and the mixing on our live EP,
Yep.
and we think he does a great job. So yeah, I love playing at the Red Sea. Although, what is the place right down Cedar from that?
The whiskey.
Yeah, Whiskey Junction. I enjoyed playing there
I
too.
love that. Yeah.
I enjoy the vibe there a lot, and I
Yeah.
think the stage is pretty decent too.
They need to fix their beer selection though, because they have 50 empty taps and 8 styles of beer that you can choose from in a can or bottle.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
but yeah, Red Sea for me.
Yeah. I'm going to have to echo the Red Sea too. How many shows have we played there?
Oh God.
We
like
got a
probably 10.
Yeah.
Think so?
I mean, I know
Wow,
I've put
yeah.
on more shows than that there because I've set up
Yep.
a bunch of shows there.
Yeah,
But,
that's just seems to be the spot for us, and the mixing is great, the sound's great. We have a good time. We always get food at the restaurant next door.
I feel like we play our best shows there too.
Yeah, we perform well there too, so it's
yeah.
Because of the sound, I will
Yeah.
say.
yeah.
Like,
So
David makes everybody sound better.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
right. So yeah, Aaron.
We played there once. It was the Metro in Eau Claire.
That
was
a
that
really
was
cool
very
spot.
nice, yeah.
That was a
yeah.
cool show.
Eau Claire is very cool.
Yeah,
I liked playing there
the
a lot.
vibes are good. Like the downtown area was really cool. But yeah, just the spaciousness of the
Yeah.
stage. It was like just like monstrous to what we played.
Yeah, I mean, I had room to fucking run around.
Yeah.
that was.
Sam
was
had
good.
like an actual
I had a drum riser.
Yeah, we were like jumping off of it and stuff, and yeah, just the vibes. I mean, I could say like, oh, the acoustics could have been better and blah blah blah, but I mean, it is what it is. But I enjoyed playing it. So
If there were more people at that show, I think the acoustics would be better.
Yeah.
Because like people absorb sound.
Yeah.
So I think it's really made to have more people in it. But
yeah, and
what can you do?
it was just a good time.
Yeah.
Good bands. We met a lot of good people there.
Yeah, we really did.
Yep. So
Very cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten to play in Wisconsin all that much, which feel bad about because there's so many good places in Wisconsin.
yeah.
But have you guys ever played at Part Wolf?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, that's another good room. That's becoming my favorite room in the city.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, because they got the 2 stages, right? The upstairs and the downstairs section or whatever.
I've never been upstairs. If they have an upstairs,
Okay, I'm
I've
pretty.
only been in the
I
main
guess
room.
I can't say 100% sure, but I'm fairly positive they have an upstairs section too. But yeah, we haven't played there yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, once we get through all this,
Exactly.
plague stuff, we'll
No.
work
We're
on
gonna
that.
play a show twice a week. After-
like
No.
Sam's arms. fall off.
yeah, and then my arms will fall off.
Ben breaks.
There you go. Well, good exercise, man. Good
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so now we'll go to any strange, unusual, good, bad, outstanding show stories.
Ooh. Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Let's all
We
think
gotta
about
think
this.
first.
Say that's definitely a thinker.
I got a couple of them. I guess. I guess. I can
So, yeah,
start.
you
Okay,
can
go
start.
for it.
When we played, shit, what was it? With Uncle Daddy. What was that venue? St. Paul.
That was the hat trick in St. Paul.
Ah, yeah.
We were playing Prepare for War, and I'm like just playing, hairs in my face, And then I look over, and James is in his fucking sparkly ass red booty shorts. And I'm like, I can't stop laughing because I'm like Pillsbury Doughboy there, the whole time. I can't like even play. So that was great. And
I was at that show. I remember that. That was memorable. Yeah.
Yes.
Not the last time we saw James in those shorts.
that
Right.
was one of the, and I remember I met you at the Red Sea, but I noticed you at the hat trick, but I was like, it didn't register that, hey, that's Ryan, because I didn't know you. But I remember you were there. The second story, I remember it was about when we were going to the Metro. James was driving on the freeway, and then I'm like on my phone, and I look over. James is like trying to smoke a bowl or something. While he's like driving with his knees, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing that. I'm like, well, can we like, pull
Wow.
over or something?
Exposing James like this.
Pull over. Like, I'm going to pull over for that. We got an hour and a half left to drive.
I know. So it was just funny. I mean, and then you were telling me stories how like you're like something about like your sister like driving with her knees or something.
Oh, yeah. She'd
Yeah.
do, like, go around curves and shit. And, like, she was reckless with her knee driving.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I do straight
Wow.
lines. You know,
Yeah.
that's-
Or later on when we were driving back here to like drop the stuff off, and we were like tired. We're like everything is funny, and we were at the gas station at like 2 a.m. And for some reason I said like, did they say boo or boo earn to the Simpsons? And James just laughed his ass off for like 10 minutes just pumping gas. It's one of those just like everything is funny at 3 a.m.
Do you have anything?
I got one because it ties into that Uncle Daddy show. Because as well as me stripping down, at the end of it, some lady at the bar had somebody else from the bar bring up her big tighty whitey panties.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like, that's the first time I've ever been given panties on stage.
Not the last.
I mean, I haven't been given any since, so it might not be the last. We'll see. But that was interesting. I left them there.
Were they soiled
Yeah.
though?
I mean, I didn't check that deeply to see if they were terribly soiled or not. But I just kind of held them up. I was like, "Ooh, thanks," and tucked them off to the side because I'm not bringing those home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Oh man.
that's not a trophy.
Right.
Yeah.
Finds it in your pocket. Who are these?
I just remember, and I don't remember which show it was at, but I remember breaking 2 strings because I always break strings, and I always have a backup guitar ready because I tend to do it a lot. So I remember breaking a string on my main guitar, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go to the other one now, and it'll be fine. Broke a string on that one too, And so then you're kind of screwed as a guitar player because there's certain riffs you need that extra string, and it also throws the whole guitar out of tune and stuff. So that was a lot of fun, just performance-wise, trying to juggle that.
Didn't you break it right before your solo a long time ago?
Oh yeah,
And then all of a sudden I look and Ben's running to get his other guitar, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm carrying this on. And then he grabs it, and then he gets it right before he starts.
You never know what's gonna happen in a show. It's always something.
It adds to the authenticity.
And I vaguely remember that. I think I was at that show.
Oh really? Oh, sure.
If I remember correctly, I believe that was at Whiskey Junction, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds
But
right.
I do remember that incident, yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Apparently I was too into it. I don't know if I even noticed. Sometimes I just kind of get in my zone.
Yeah.
I would say the show we played at the Hexagon.
Dom's last show.
Yeah, Dom's last show at the Hexagon is one of my favorite show memories, just because the crowd there was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like a really good crowd there, and that was the last show I played with my shitty cymbal stand because it was in the middle of Prepare for War or something, a song where I used the crash a lot or whatever, and my crash stand fell down, and I can't remember who went
Matt
on
Rutherford.
Yeah, Matt Rutherford came on stage and held my crash stand for the rest of the song because that's the kind of dude he is.
MVP.
What a fucking legend. Yeah.
We have video of that. I have it.
And I almost died because he was standing right behind me holding the cymbal up, and I didn't notice it, and I damn near fell back into the drums. But that was interesting.
Yeah, that was a fun show too. That was a good one.
That was good.
Okay, rapid fire time.
Oh.
Down the line, favorite movie?
Oh.
That's so hard.
You gotta go.
I'm going to go with Willow.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Pulp Fiction.
Godfather Part 2.
Part 2.
Favorite vacation spot? Either that you've been to or want to go to.
Oh.
God, I don't know. I'm poor. We don't do vacations. Like,
Where do you want to go?
I'm going to say Duluth.
Oh.
Let's say that.
Staying in state.
Japan for me. That's my dream vacation spot.
Prague, Czech Republic.
Mm.
The Philippines at Baraka, the island.
Nice.
Been there 3 times.
Wow.
Yep.
Very cool.
When you're on the other side of the earth, it's just it was crazy. Like, hard to describe, but I got pictures. It's nice.
Hey, it's rapid fire.
Yep.
Favorite cartoon from childhood?
Ooh.
God, that's tough. Eddie.
SpongeBob for me.
Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
That was one of my other choices.
Mm-hmm.
Simpsons. I collect the box sets. You can see the
Nice.
poster in the background.
Very cool. And last one I have is national band your dream opening slot for what band?
Rapid fire.
That's
Don't
just
think too hard.
well, that's tough. There's so many. What's possible? I mean, none of them are plausible at this point.
Right?
No, but just throw it out there.
Mindless self-indulgence.
I don't know.
I would love to do cocaine with Jimmy Urine. Like, that would be a goddamn dream come true.
I don't fucking know. This would be like more of my solo music, but a band called Pine Grove, I would love to open for them.
Oh, now it's me.
It's you.
GNR 25 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that would be a thing.
Fine.
Hey,
there's-
opening for GNR now would still be fucking incredible.
I guess.
There's also a
Well,
band.
show,
There's a band called the Struts that I think is really awesome. I would love to open for them.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Foo Fighters.
The
Got him.
Foo.
That's
Yeah.
a good answer.
Nice.
Yeah, that-
That's a
That
good
is
answer.
Dave's nicest guy in rock.
Oh, I so want to meet David Grohl.
Everyone does.
Okay, we'll do it this way. Dinner for 5. You and 5 people, dead or alive. go.
What the hell?
One of them being Dave Grohl.
Right, how about we each pick a person and
There
then
you
we
go.
all agree on a fifth person?
Okay.
How about we
that
do
works.
that? Okay,
Democracy.
let's start with Aaron this time.
Guys.
Well, you always go last.
All right,
So.
all right. Rapid fire. John Lennon.
Stole mine. Stole mine.
Pick something.
Mark Twain,
Nice.
non-musician. Wow.
Whoa, throwing the
Changing it up.
curveballs with the non-musician. Well, I want a musician. Dead or alive? Who is a person?
That's-
Who's a person that's dead? I don't know. Billy Joel is coming to my mind because he's a fucking genius songwriter, and I want to get into his genius songwriting head.
Except for Start the Fire. I want to punch him for that.
He's got like 50 other hits.
I know. But that one exists.
Never stop the Simpsons.
I'd go with Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we all collectively agree with on a person?
Collectively agree. How about Ozzy? How about Ozzy
Yeah,
Osbourne?
it'd be kind of fun. It'd be memorable.
Yeah, it would be very memorable. Even though
See,
he's
but then we'd have to have a
incoherent.
sixth person because we need his interpreter.
We would need Sharon or a son.
Oh God.
Sure. I'm down with that.
We'll
Yeah.
go with that one.
We're
We're gonna go with that one.
That's a very interesting table right there.
Right?
Well, normally at this point, I would ask what you guys have upcoming, but you know,
Well, we do.
We do have.
Oh.
Some,
We're playing the Kansas Fest over there in Wisconsin.
well, there you go.
What was going to be the Wascos, the
Mhm.
North or Midwest Metal Fest or whatever the hell it's called officially, but everybody just calls it Wascos because it's Wascos.
Mhm.
Instead of it being the whole 4-day event, it's just going to be a single day, 10 bands. There is still going to be camping and stuff like that. They still recommend social distancing, wearing your masks, being as safe as you possibly can. It's going to be a much smaller event than it normally has been. But we are doing that, what is that, September 12th? Yeah, September 12th over there and wherever the hell Wascos is in the middle of nowhere.
Mhm.
Woo!
Very cool.
That's probably going to be the only show of 2021, or until 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you happen to know any other bands on that bill? I saw the lineup, but I don't remember it.
Oh, God. Well, I know Volcano Diving is going to be there.
Okay. Well,
I'm
that's
stoked
all you
about
need.
that. Yeah. But I can't offhand remember the rest of them that are going to be on there. I'm a dick. I should know some of them.
a lot of bands.
Right.
A lot of Wisconsin bands, and I haven't heard of it.
Well, I mean, there are a few other Minnesota bands that are on it as well. But I drawn a goddamn blank. I feel like I just saw one of them over at the terminal, but I can't remember what they're called.
No.
Yeah.
How she goes.
But yeah, so we have a show before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, that's better. That's more than most. So that's.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, we're not actively seeking out shows at this point. We do want to keep things as safe as possible so that we can hopefully sooner than later get back to a normal schedule of shows.
Yep.
But yeah, we're really not going to look at anything until 2021 hits.
Mhm. Yeah, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're going to go back into like writing/recording mode, or?
That's the plan. That's the hope. I mean, we've worked on a bunch of new songs that, I mean, we could probably turn around and record an EP within the next month or so if we really wanted to. But we want to kind of flesh out our options and see what direction we want to take it in. Because some of the songs are not at all like the other songs, and it'd be weird to have them on the same release, So
Gotcha,
we're trying to figure out what route we want to go about doing that, and then figuring out where the hell we want to do it.
Yep. What's consistent?
Yeah. So yeah, we are working on new stuff. We are planning on working on additional new stuff, and hopefully early 2021 we'll have something more to release.
Cool. Very, very cool. All right. Well, Aaron's yawning, so I'm sure that's a sign of something.
I work the retail life, so.
Oh, no worries, man. So yeah, so I guess that is it. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll see you around, I guess.
Absolutely.
All right.